It's always a good idea to have lots of different avenues where you can source stock from, especially in the winter like now. When boot sales are not on, it's always good to have various options so that you're never short of stock. But the question is Whatnot really a good place to source stock from? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Car Boot Chris. I'm a full-time reseller and I flip stuff online for a profit. That's what I do for a living. I source stock from all different places, from boot sales, wholesale, vintage clothing, charity shops occasionally, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage. Have I missed anything out? Vinted, eBay, even eBay, and Whatnot. But what I'm going to talk today about is Whatnot truly viable for sourcing stock? Is it reliable? Is it worthy of your time? Can you get some good deals on there? We're going to dig into that, but first I've got some orders to pick. Let's go through what's sold, and these are all shipping out in the morning. Maybe I'll get one or two other sales overnight, hopefully. But for now, this is what we're working with. 2 Vinted sales, only low value ones. These are sales or items that I cross-listed using Sellerator over from eBay to Vinted. So I've had to take these off eBay. This was a bit of a weird belt buckle, like electrician written on the front. So maybe an electrician brought this. This only went for £4 on Vinted. I think I had this down to sort of £6-7 on eBay, so it's gone for £4 on Vinted. That's okay. It's gone. That's the main thing. A Mardi Gras t-shirt that I picked up in the States. This has gone for £8 on Vinted. I had it at down to around 10 on eBay, so it went for 8 on Vinted. That's okay. I think it cost me about $2 or something like that in the US. So I'm still making a little bit of money on that, but I'm just glad that it's gone. Now over onto eBay sales, a New York City FC t-shirt. This one sold for $13.99. Cost price on this was £3. So a little bit of profit. Got a United jersey here. I think this is 2015. Let me just have a little check. 2015-16 home shirt, and it cost £2. And it only sold for £10, and it would normally go for more than that, but it has got some marks on it. You see here, it's got some marks, and they are on the listing, of course, but that's why it's a bit cheaper. It only cost me £2. It's gone for 10. I'm just glad to get it out the door, really. A Pistons basketball jersey, Detroit Pistons, and this one went for £23. It's a little bit faded, which is cost its price, really. And cost price on this £5, so not too bad. A Cornell University hoodie, full zip hoodie by Jan Sport, so it's bordering on vintage. And this sold for $19.99. Cost price was £3 on that one. I think it's going international. A G-Star Raw shacket with a hood. So it's a jacket come shirt, so shacket, that's what they call it. It went for £22. Cost price was £2 on this one. I also had it on Vinted, but it is sold on eBay for $22. Plus postage, all of this. None of this is free postage anymore. I sold a Seattle Seahawks gilet. Very nice one, this as well. This one came in a recent bulk order. What did it go for? It sold for £25 on an offer. And the cost price was £10 on this. So not great profit, but hopefully we'll make a bit more profit on some of the other items in that order. You might have seen this on a recent video, or you might see it on an upcoming video. Hard Rock Cafe t-shirt. This one's a Vegas one. Quite nice, really, to be honest. What did we pay for this? We paid £3 on the Hard Rock t-shirt, and it has sold for £14.50 on an offer. University of Louisville. Is it a hoodie? No, it's just a sweater. university sweater. And it sold for $24.99 and the cost price was £3. So that's a bit more like it. I think that's all the clothing. But we did sell some trainers. We've finally sold that other pair of Mega Drive trainers. They went for £25 on offer. And I sold the other pair last week. And the cost price on these were quite high. They cost me £12 each. So I'm not making a lot at all. I think the other pair went for £30. So a little bit more profit in those. But this pair went for £25. I have had these a little while. So take an offer, get them out the door and put the profit into something else to make more profit. That's the idea, isn't it? I sold a Groundhog Day game. This is a Funko game. It's like a card game thing. It's brand new and sealed. This came in a set with a pop figure. I kept the pop figure because that was really cool. And I decided to sell the game out of it. So I split it up. What did it go for? The game went for $34.99. The cost price for this and the pop was $20. So I made profit on the game. Maybe, what, a tenner? A tenner profit maybe on that. And the pop that came with it was effectively free. So that's always good. Let's put that over there. I sold some Aikidos. They paid for these ones, not like last week. Some Pokemon Aikidos. Size 10 on these. These are all brand new. Cost price £10. You can see in there what they look like. And this pair went for £32 plus post. I'm going to put that back there, actually. £32 plus post. So, double your money plus a little bit. A Disney 2013 Mickey Mouse figurine or plastic figure. Let me just check the price on this one. There it is. And it went for £10. Cost price was £1. Where did I get this from? Possibly a boot sale. Or a tabletop. I can't remember. Still, £1. That would have started off life more than £10 because I don't list anything on eBay for under £10. Or, well, I try not to list anything under 20. Occasionally, I'll list something for 15. But that will have gone down in price over a couple of months and ended up at 10 and sold, probably on an offer. I've sold a pair of Arsenal, or not a pair, an Arsenal dog tag necklace. Pretty nice, really. It's got gunners there with like diamantes, and it's got the Arsenal emblem there, all brand new. Still got bits of wrapping on it. I'll tell you what these went for. It's got a nice little case with it as well. They sold for £24, and the cost price on those were just £2, so pretty cheap, really. I sold a bundle of 8 vintage key rings. These are all travel related, so they're like travel souvenirs, things, you know, like, are they all Holland? Are they all Amsterdam? Possibly all Amsterdam. Let me just have a little look. So 8 keychains. Oh yeah, Amsterdam. All Amsterdam keychains. Tourist, travel, vintage. Sold for a tenner. Again, would have come down in price over time to get to £10. Cost price £3 on those. Now, I sold these. These have got a 0 cost price and they went really quick. Shout out to Big Steve, Movie Chats on YouTube, Life in the First Lane on YouTube. He gave me these Aliens comics to flog, and they have sold. So cost price is a big fat 0. So thank you for that, Steve. And the sale price was full price, $29.99 on those. And they went within, what, 2-3 days maybe. I sold a golf hat, tailor-made, quite nice condition. Let's see if I can find them on my list. Or that on my list. It's not a them, is it? It's not a plural, it's just one thing. I don't know the cost price on this because it came as a bundle, so I've not written that down, but sale price £14. I sold another set of army survival food supplies. So there's like meals in here. There's this one's, what's that? Meatballs and pasta. There's all kinds of stuff in there. I had loads of these packs that I bought in a job lot. And that pack, they're ticking over nicely. I think I've only got a couple left. That pack went for £13 plus post. Cost price on these about £2-3. I sold an Australia Socceroos 2010 hat and scarf. This went for £10. I think that's the theme for this weekend. £10. Tenner. I'm not sure of the cost price. It was part of a massive bundle job lot of stuff, a private deal. So cost price is pretty low. I'm going to estimate like £1 or £2 on that. But it went for a tenner. I sold another set of comics here, Star-Lord. These were really interesting. Some of the artwork on this particular comic series is really cool. Really nice. And not bad condition at all as well. Look at the artwork on them. Better than Marvel, isn't it? A bit more interesting than Marvel and all that crap. Someone will tell me now, oh, it's related to Marvel. Probably is, I don't know. I think these originate from Australia, look. Yeah, they do. Can you see that there? Australia, New Zealand. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm talking out my backside. What do I know about comics? Absolutely nothing. But artwork is cool on it. And this big bundle went for a whopping £59.99p. And the cost price roughly of this bundle was a £5 because I bought a humongous bundle of comics which have been ticking away quite nicely. And that's gone for £59.99 from £5. That's a nice little sale. I've had this bloody ages, this Bristol crystal bowl. And I'm glad it's gone. I don't care what it sold for. I just wanted it gone. It's going to be a bit of a pain to pack, but hey-ho, that's what we've got to do. We sell shit on the internet. We've got to pack it up and we've got to ship it out as best we can. And this one sold for just £8. I let it get that low. Normally, if something gets to under 10, I take it off eBay. But I left it on. I cross-listed it onto Vinted using Sellerator, and it just ended up selling on eBay. So it went for £8. I don't know what the cost price is. I think it was probably like 2 or 3. So there's probably not a lot of profit in it. But I don't care. It's gone. It's off my shelf. And the money has come back into the business. And that, folks, is pretty much everything. Other than, you might have noticed this little bundle of duckies. This little bundle of duckies is going out to one lucky duck race winner. If you don't know what I'm talking about, what you need to do is tune into our channel on a Monday night, every single Monday night at 8 p.m. And we do a duck race at the end of the live show. We talk all about reselling and all kinds of stuff. You can put questions in and whatnot. And we do a duck race. You can enter the duck race and you win a prize. And last week's winner got this little bundle of ducks. Absolutely free. Free post. Free ducks. Make sure you join us at 8 p.m. on a Monday. Right, a couple more things to sort out. And Aliens, remember the Aliens comic bundle that I got off Big Steve? That's cancelled. Ordered by mistake, so that's £30 knocked off my week's total. And that is going to go back on the shelf. I might as well just leave it. I'll leave it all packaged like that because when it sells again, back on the shelf, it will be dead easy. I've sold this graded card. Bought a bundle of these over the last, I don't know, few months. And this has gone for a tenner. I think I had it up for more initially, but PSA graded card. And that's gone for £10. So I'm not sure if there's a lot of money in that. It's amazing some of these, like the prices that these end up going for, because I paid less than £10 for this, but whoever sorted this out, like slabbed it, paid for the grading, probably paid somewhere between £10 and £20 to get this card graded. This is why sometimes grading, unless you know what you're doing, it's a fool's game in my opinion, because you pay so much to have these properly graded. and then the value of them can absolutely crash, you know, in the months that you're waiting for them to come back. Anyway, that's another discussion point. I sold this 883 police jacket. It's going to New York, this one. Only a tenner, but I think I paid £3 for that one. I've sold another Hard Rock Cafe. This is from the same buyer who bought the Vegas one. So I'm going to open up that package that I've already packed and put this one in it. So that's not too bad. That went only for £9. Cost price is pretty low, really, £2-3. So only a small bit of profit. I've sold 2 youth jerseys. Remember I was saying how sometimes you do get youth jerseys when you're buying bundles and bales. And they do sell, to be honest with you, but just not quite as much as the adult ones. I've sold 2 to the same buyer, so I combined the postage. Both XLs, and there's a white one and an orange one. One went for 24, one went for 25, and these have got a cost price of £5 each. So a nice little double order there for that one. I've forgotten what the team is on this one. I bought this from a charity shop with a load of football shirts. Let me just check the team. It is Karziyaka SK. Karziyaka SK. No, not a clue. It didn't go for loads. It went for $24.99. I don't suppose it's too bad. I think the cost on these, I bought like 8 or 9 shirts, like some pretty obscure shirts. About £8 each, I think, on that one. And I sold a Nirvana hoodie. Cost price on this one, give me 2 ticks, is 0. A big fat 0. And it went for £15. This was one, a bale that I ordered, or a box of wholesale that I wasn't happy with. So they refunded the majority of it. In fact, all of it. Oh, what was that thing flying across there? An orb. So it didn't cost me anything in the end. Sold it, 15 quid. So let's get into the main topic. Is Whatnot really worth sourcing from? And I think the answer is yes, but with a little bit of a caveat. And I think that caveat revolves around, is it a good use of your time? So the thing with Whatnot is, when you watch a seller selling, you have to sit there for 1, 2, 3, 4 hours waiting for them to sell items, waiting for them to hold something up and say, this is what we're selling now, it's starting at £1, starting at £5, whatever. So that is quite time consuming. And I'm a seller on Whatnot, albeit I've not really sold anything this year in 2025, but I'm planning on coming back soon. So I think the main problem is the time it takes you to source stuff. In essence, I think if you're sat there just watching a Whatnot show, sniping, not even sniping, just bidding on stuff, buying stuff, spending 2-3 hours on a show, or flicking between shows like, oh, it's gone a bit naff in this one, I'll go to the next one, go and find some more stock. If you're doing that, it's probably not a good use of your time, and your time is better served probably browsing through Vinted. If you are working away on your desktop, on your computer, or doing whatever, sorting stock out, and you can have your Whatnot app open with a show on, and you can just now and again just look up and say, oh, quite fancy that, I will, make a bid on it. And if you can take that sort of time and not sort of waste too much time just sat watching a show, then definitely it can be worth your half of your time to find stuff to pick up. Because sometimes stuff on Whatnot goes super cheap. And I reckon even buying stuff on Whatnot can be cheaper than the charity shops, can be cheaper than sniping on Vinted. It's definitely worth your time having a little look, but don't let it overtake all your evening or whatever, or your daytime where you should be listing, because that's really a bad idea. You're going to get into a really bad habit if you start watching Whatnot shows all through the day when you should be listing stock. Just have it on in the background. You could even have it on your desktop while you're photographing stuff, and if there's something you want to bid on, just get your phone out, or I'm not even sure you can possibly bid on a desktop now, I'm not sure. I'm going to show you some purchases that I made from one seller on one show. I spent £68 on 10 items. That's an average of £6.80 an item. That includes postage and packing, I think. And I'll let you decide whether you think it was worth it. But I reckon some of these items I couldn't have got for that price in a charity shop. Here's what I got from Whatnot. And these worked out, as I said, an average of £6.80 each. And I think I did all right. I've got a Dickies 2XL jacket here. Nothing much about it. It's just a padded quilted jacket. But that's got to be sort of, I don't know, £25 maybe on the jacket. We've got a Ralph Lauren Petite. It's like a denim. It's a little bit worn. I'm wondering if I can actually put that. There's a mark there. I'm wondering if I can put this in the wash. I might have a little look at the label, but this went pretty cheap. I mean, this was below the average price, but let's still call it average of £6.80. It's got to be worth that, hasn't it? Even though there is a mark there, I might get a bit of oxy on that or something and see if that comes out. We've got a Nike, what is this? Nike XL black label, like a half zip, like pullover yellow jacket. Yeah, anyway, not much about it, but it's certainly going to be sort of maybe £25-ish. And here's a vintage Nike, size large. It's like a pullover, like sweater windbreaker. So let's put that over there. We've got a vintage Adidas. Remember, these are all from one seller. Vintage Adidas, nice looking label there. Look, let's have a look at that. Size large. Full zip, like shell suit tracky jacket. That's pretty nice. I think that'll do quite well. Could be 30 to 40 on that. And a really funky Nike, what would you call it? A women's crazy print tracky top. Let's have a look at the label. Size medium. That one's a bit worn. It's got to be worth something, hasn't it? Nike Air Jordan Flight hoodie. It is a little bit worn, but I think I'm going to put that through the wash, see if I can improve it a little bit. Probably needs a wash anyway. Let's have a look at the label. It's a double XL. It's got the Jordan logo in there. That's got to be 30 quid a minimum, hasn't it? Puma Italia, little mark there, a bit of oxy required. This is some of the problems sometimes with Whatnot. You do get the odd mark. I think they did sort of point out, fair play to them, I think they did point out a few of the marks. So I'm not saying that this is undisclosed marks, but probably why I got them cheaper. Medium Puma, tracky top. Probably retro at the very least. Now this brand I didn't know. Let's just show you the thing. Something by Martial Artists. Martial Artists. I didn't know it, but it was going cheap. It's a size large. I just thought it looked like a nice jacket. Anyone know what that is? I've not looked it up yet. But it's in mint condition. Really, really mint condition, that one. Got to do some research on that. And this one came with a little bit of wear on it. Need to check it out. But it was very cheap. Again, this one was pretty much below that average price of £6.80. Size medium on the Umbro jacket. I need to check out what this team is. Just got my label on it there. So hopefully we'll be able to make a bit of money out of those. So what do you think? Is it something that you do on a regular basis or just now and then? I definitely think it's an option to put it in your portfolio of sourcing opportunities or sourcing locations, but don't let it take over your day or your evening, because it can be very addictive, unless it's Car Boot Chris, and then just make sure you sit there, watch the whole show and buy everything.